Hello there. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to this private invitation-only broadcast. I'm super excited about the information that you are going to hear today. This broadcast is for AAA top professionals in the networking and the marketing arena. Literally, this call, in my opinion, is for the cream of the crop of the cream of this industry. And we haven't even begun to invite the masses of who we know to hear the information that you're going to hear now. But for those of you that are on this broadcast right now, you are amongst people who have earned millions and millions and millions in this industry. You're going to hear from two very elite speakers that are going to be joining me today that have also earned millions and millions in this industry. And more than just earning that for themselves, they've been able to help others achieve astronomical levels of success as well. But I do want to just take a moment and let you know that the reason that you've been invited here today is to give you the opportunity to hear some very exclusive, private, invitation-only information, to give you the opportunity to hear about it first. Now, here's what I mean when I say that. Starting next week, we're going to be doing business overviews and first movers advantage calls. So this call is literally the call before the first mover advantage calls, before the pre-launch, before the launch. That's how soon you all are hearing about this, because we want it to be super, super selective about who hears about it first, who can get positioned first in order to benefit from what's getting ready to happen. Before we begin any further, let me just pause and give you about 20 or 30 seconds, just introduce myself to you. My name is Dr. James Pruitt. I'm excited about being here. Just to give you a little snapshot about my personal and professional background, my wife and I, we met and fell in love at an early age. We've been married for 37 years. We grew up together, graduating high school, moved into college. We have multiple college degrees, moving from there into corporate America. We experienced quite a bit of success in the corporate America arena. My wife as a CPA, me as a finance director for an investment corporation. And I got to tell you, folks, we were successful with strong six-figure incomes. But because we waited so late to start a family, we wanted to spend that time with our family. When we didn't have the time to spend with our kids, we started looking at options on how we could literally earn from home. We were introduced to the wonderful industry of networking and working from home. We had legendary coaches, teachers, and mentors that grabbed us by the hand and walked us step by step toward our goals. Within our first 18 months, folks, we were earning six-figure income per month. Went on to be seven-figure annual income earners for 10 years, and kind of just really committed our lives to spiritual, mental, and financial empowerment. We take great pride in the leaders that we work with, coached, and developed. We believe that leaders are made, coached, formed, chiseled, molded into greatness, and not born. So we take a great amount of pride in our training platforms. And the reason I've invited you here to hear this information today is because, well, let me just tell you a little bit more about my personal journey. I personally am on a health journey right now, folks. When I say I'm on a health journey, I'm dedicated to improve the healthy, be the healthiest version of myself. I'm in the process of reversing some conditions that I've got. And I know many other people are as well. Let me just ask you a question. How many of you right now know someone that has high blood pressure, that wants to lose weight, that's got type 2 diabetes, that's got gout, digestive issues, leaky gut syndrome, prostate issues? How many of you even know people like that have some health things they want to improve? I really venture to say that everybody, each and every one of us, know people just like that want to improve some version of themselves from a health perspective. I think all of us know people exactly like that. Well, the reason I'm bringing all this up today, folks, is because there is something powerful that has been happening around the world that is just now coming to the Western hemisphere of the globe. And my wife and I, along with a handful of others, have been tapped to lead the expansion in this. Let me just say to you, how many times, those of you that are here on this call today, how many times have you just thought, I sure would like to find a company that is a solid, real company with solid, real products, that's gonna be here, that knows what they're doing, that's got a compensation plan that's gonna reward people that do the work. How many times have you said, if I could just find ownership that understands the importance of taking care of their leaders and creating a path for their leaders to follow? Well, folks, I really believe that what you're thinking are the same things many of us have been thinking. And I just want to inform you that I believe we found that. And give me a second just to tell you exactly what's taking place and what we're sharing with you on this particular broadcast right now. There is a 30-year-old company that did $2.89 billion in sales last year. The year before that, they did $2.2 billion in sales. The year before that, $1.8 billion in sales. The year before that, $1.2 billion in sales. No company in the history of the world, in the industry of networking, has ever earned the Bravo Award more than one time. Amway's earned it once. Shackley's earned it once. Herbalife has earned it once. Jeunesse has earned it once. This company that I'm speaking of to you right now has earned that prestigious award the last 3 years in a row. They're currently ranked number 8 worldwide. Number 8. I do want you to know this is a health and wellness company that has so much science behind their products. It's staggering. I'm going to give you a little more details here in just a moment. But I also want you to know one thing, that 90%, hear me folks, 90% of people that have taken their products for 90 days are still taking it today, folks. This is a 30-year-old company. I find that to be a staggering statistic. They have products in the health and wellness arena, as well as the skincare arena as well. Now listen carefully. They've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, not the kind that you're used to, where you don't like it, you sit and get your money back. No, they have a 30-day results guaranteed. Think about that, a 30-day results guaranteed program. They guarantee results in 30 days. I think that's staggering, folks. Now, they are currently operating in 70 countries around the world. 70 countries. And now they're focusing their attention on the Western hemisphere of the world. Folks, that's where we come in. We're talking about Canada, the United States, and Latin America. So yes, now you have a company with that kind of credibility, that kind of success with their products that nobody here has heard of. Man, maybe one or two have heard of them, but they're basically unknown here, and now their focus is here, and they're looking for the who's who in the industry to build it under. The reason you've been invited to this very prestigious first-time call before we even start is to give you the inside track on what's getting ready to happen and give you the ability to get positioned right away so that we can begin to build underneath you. Now, I want you to know something very special, very specific. This is, again, not a business presentation. This is just real talk about what's happening. I'm going to show you some slides, yes, but this is not an official business presentation. That's going to start next week. You're getting this information before the beginning. Remember that. I do want you to know that the products that you're going to hear about feature a technology that doesn't exist anywhere in the world. Please hear me. It's called NTC. It's a nutrition transport control. Here's what that means. They have no pills. Everything is a powder form that goes into, you stir it up, it goes into a few ounces of water, and you drink it in the morning, you drink it in the evening. That is their flagship system. They call it good morning and good night. You drink a little drink, tastes like high C Kool-Aid or Tang if you're in that age group that I'm in, but it tastes great. You drink it in the morning, you drink it at night, but the nutritional transport control, it scans the cells of your body and goes to where the cells need repair. It's staggering. Doesn't exist anywhere. It's patented, folks. So that means it really affects each of us when and where we need the repair the most. This is important. Now, I'm going to share with you some more information about the science behind these products. No wonder that it is that 90% of the people that have taken it for more than 90 days are still taking it after 30 years. Now, I got to tell you something. We flew down to the North American headquarters and met with the principals there, me and a handful of folks. And I got to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, they did a demonstration where they took about 4 ounces of water and they did a few drops of oil in there. And no matter how you shake it up, we all know that oil and water does not mix. They're two different weights, they don't mix. But because of their patent and their science and their technology, they dropped some of their omega-3 oil into this water and it immediately began to dissolve. That is how fast it gets into your bloodstream within 3 to 5 minutes. They even did their energy drink where I saw them put 3 scoops of it in there, a little bit of water, stir it up. We drank it. It tastes great. And listen to me, within 3 to 5 minutes, I felt it immediately. And you can feel it right there. How often do you drink something in 3 to 5 minutes, you feel it in your body? That's how fast this impact was for the energy drink. That just shows you the type of technology and science behind what we have. Now, I do want you to know a few other things that I'm going to tell you about. The compensation plan is a unilevel compensation plan. It pays daily, or should I say instantly, the moment a credit card goes through, it hits your wallet. It pays weekly and it pays monthly. I'll give you the details in upcoming broadcasts. For proven network professionals, there are programs in place, if you qualify, that'll give you the ability to transition successfully. Okay, I just want to make sure that I mentioned that. The technology that's in place, folks, is absolutely staggering. When I say that, here's what I mean. Everything is in place for you to build fast and for you to build big. Here's what I mean. This is a 30-year-old company that's got the kind of success that I've been talking about. They've got 6 apps. You hear me? 6 apps. A proven funnel and marketing system that is already in place. There are 3 different levels to engage. One is as a customer for $140. And for that, people get paid instantly right away, as I mentioned. The second is as a team partner. Now, listen to this. As a team partner, it costs $108 to join, but they send you 3 months of products. They want you, they're investing, they're putting their money where their mouth is. They're sending you the products up front for you to really experience what makes them different. They're sending you 3 months of product up front, and then they'll build you accordingly. Now, for those of you that are on this broadcast right here, we are obviously looking for top leaders, and we want people to engage at the top package. The top package here is for $561. That makes you immediately a manager in the comp plan. They'll bill you that up front, but listen to this. When you come in at the top package, they send you 6 months of product. Now, this is 6 months of product for you to begin taking it, but more importantly, for you to begin to retail it, for you to begin to sample and share it, because month number 2, your $108 auto ship kicks in, and now you're on the auto ship, but you got all this product to work with. They invest that in you. Folks, this is absolutely powerful. If I didn't mention it to you before, the auto ship's only $108. That's it. Now, if you like what you hear, and this makes sense to you, and yes, I'm going to show you some slides. Yes, I'm going to talk to you about a cash bonus system that we have in place. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about an incentive trip that we put in place as well. But if you like what you hear already, it's important, and timing is everything. Please send a text message to the person that invited you here. Let them know that I like it, I'm in. Yes, we're going to be doing different broadcasts. We go through the compensation plan with a fine-tooth comb. Yes, we've got all these other things we can do, but it's important that we position the people who hear about it first at the top, and then we begin to work with you and explode your business. We're putting together a very, very aggressive, in-person, live tour throughout the country. So for those of you that come aboard the top package, we're going to rally around you. We're going to throw some resources your way. We're going to go to where you are, where your leaders are, do some events, do some things. And we're already putting in place a mastermind event where those of you that qualify, that get started, that rally around, folks, we're talking end of this month, beginning of next month. We're putting together a mastermind event where we'll fly you out and we'll really put our heads together. But we're not just going to be doing business where we do an overview and we do a training, but we're going to do some lifestyle things, folks. We're going to have some fun. We're going to take some drone footage to be included in the videos. You hear what I'm saying? We're getting ready to explode the Western hemisphere of this country, and we're looking for the cream of the crop from the crop of the cream leaders that we can position and build underneath you. Now, I'm going to share my screen and just give you some quick snapshots, if you will, of some of the things that I've been talking about. I'm not going to do a full-blown business presentation, but I do want to show you some of what you've heard. Now, keep in mind that this slide that I'm showing you right here, that have it at number 9, but I can assure you on the DSA, if you look it up at number 8, the company you're going to see is PM International. And PM International, folks, is extremely, extremely powerful. And they're coming here to the United States of America and looking for the leaders of who's who. As you can see here, this is their, move this out the way. This is their product, that is their skincare. I mentioned that to you before. Now, if you've ever seen that skincare product where they tap on your face and the wrinkles remove instantly, this company was the originator of the science behind that. Another company stole the formula. They broadcast and used it. They were sued by this company. They won the lawsuit, and that company is no longer allowed to promote that specific formula. But it started right here with PM International. You can see here, I mentioned to you, they've got the Power Cocktail, which is their good morning. And they got the Restorate, which is their good evening, good morning, good night, good morning, good night. But this is a 30-year-old company, so they've got everything in the middle, folks. They've got shakes here to help you lose weight. They've got products for leaky gut syndrome. They've got products for omega-3. They've got products for men health performance. They've got nitric oxide. They've got, you name it. They've got products for children here. I just want to point out that they've got, in my opinion, the most impressive form of products for people who are committed to their health and their health journey. Now, I just want to point out that they've got all sorts of universities, companies, Olympic athletes, professional athletes that endorse and use these products. I was telling you earlier about the nutrient transport concept. This is where it goes into your body, finds exactly when and where to provide the health. So it doesn't matter if you're hearing about this as a child, if you're hearing about this as an adult, if you're hearing about this as a senior, it's going to recognize the trillions of cells in your body and go to work immediately like that to repair that, folks. The NTC is patented. Nobody else has it, and we're able to feature it. I'm not going to show you the video about how the oil and the water dissolve, but it's there. I'll show that to you when we actually do the live business presentations. This is just showing you that they've got different mixes of the health and wellness products and the skincare line that you can select from. Good morning, good night. I mentioned that to you earlier. You take it in the morning, it gives you all the things that you need in the morning to help you. And this is what's in the good morning right here. Improves the function of your gastrointestinal tract. That's to address things like your digestive system, the leaky gut syndrome, strengthens your nervous systems, attacks the health and wellness of the cells in the body. Now, this power cocktail, it consists of the basic, which is the good morning, but it also consists of this, which gave you that impact product I was telling you about that you feel right away. It gives you not only the things you need to start your day, but it gives you that energy that you can feel immediately. That's good morning. This is good night. So if you get cramps in your feet or toes at night, if you have trouble sleeping at night, you want to grow your hair and nails and let your skin get better and get sexy and fine, let me tell you, this is going to work, but it works while you're asleep. You take this right before you go to bed, and while you're asleep and your body is repairing, restructuring, this is happening inside of you with that kind of technology, ladies and gentlemen. What we're sharing with you is absolutely staggering. Look at some of the type of real testimony. They got actual websites and apps that show the kind of testimonies that you're going to be able to see. And it's just absolutely staggering, in my opinion, what this company can do. This is the nitric oxide product that works with your digestive system. I'm sorry, it works with your blood flow, and you can see what it's doing for blood flow here. Let me just show you a bit more. I'm going to talk a little bit now about the growth that the company has experienced. Every single year since 1994 that it's been in business, they have experienced positive growth, even during a global pandemic. We know when that was. That's right over here. You can see what, you know, let me just have real talk with you. Every single company that I know that other people are doing, we all have different projects we're doing. Every single company I know dreams one day, we would love to do $1 billion in sales. One day, we aspire for that. One day, we hope to be here 20 years from now, 25 years from now. One day. But folks, what I'm tapping you on the shoulder right now to say, this company is already a 2.8, just under 3 billion a year in sales. They've already been here 30 years. Where were you 30 years ago? Think about that. See, what I'm telling you folks is we don't have to wait one day. We get the luxury of all that stability, all that growth, and all that success. But guess what? Guess what? We get the timing of being at the beginning of the Western Hemisphere of the globe when nobody here knows about it. Now, when you come aboard with that package I talked to you about, the team package for 108, well, folks, it's going to give you 100 in volume, and it's pretty much dollar for dollar volume. And now when I say dollar for dollar, it might be off a few cents or a buck or two, depending on the exchange rate for the currency. But basically, it's dollar for dollar value. And I just want to point out that good morning and good night. That is the simple formula that makes all of this worthwhile. Now, let me talk to you a little bit about the compensation plan. And I'm not going to dig in deep. I'm not going to, dive in super duper and start examining it and break it all down like a chicken wing. No, but I will say this, dollar for dollar value that you can see right here when you come in as a team partner for $100. Now, when you come in as a manager by bringing in and earning 500 points or enrolling as a manager and immediately you're here. But as you begin to bring in two, they bring in two. And folks, what we're talking about here is group volume for your whole team. When you get to 10,000 in group volume here, something magical happens. This is the IMM level. That means you're now qualified for the car program, which is a BMW or a Porsche. This is a German company, folks. Now, let me tell you, look at this area here for vice president. And now, since we're talking to real leaders on the call, I just want to say, think about hitting 10,000 in your group, not personal, but 10,000 total sales in your group. Think about helping 10 people do that. By helping 10 people do that, you're already up to 100,000 in volume right here. Now, those 10 do the same thing. They do the same thing. Folks, you're up to 1 million. Once you're up to 1 million, now we're talking Rolls Royce, talking Bentley, talking $100,000 in income per month. And we got people that are going to do this year. That's how breakneck speed we are working for this to happen this year. Now, I want to point out a couple things to you. Because we put together a fast start bonus. These are the 6 apps I was telling you about. We put together a fast start bonus that I'm going to stop my screen share. I'm going to go to that and start talking to you about how this works. But let me just see, the text messages are already coming through. People are already sending those text messages. I see you there that are saying, I'm in. This is the first time we've done a Zoom of this magnitude. I did do a conference call with a handful of friends, and we've got people already, folks, that are banging on the door for that 10,000 in volume. We haven't started yet. We haven't even begun. So if you want to be on the fast track to where people are rallying around you, coming to your area, exploding this, building you up, pumping you up before we kick this off, all you got to do is wave your hand and say so, and we'll certainly be right there to do that. Folks, what we're sharing with you right now, I've never seen an opportunity quite like this. So for those of you that truly understand the importance of timing, the importance of being with the right leadership that are committed to servant leadership, not just self-focused on what they can make, but pushing people up into the right places. If you've been in a situation where you found what you thought was the right company and it turned out different, we want to welcome you here, because we want to try to get as many people as we can right here to that $10,000. I talked to a guy today, I think can do it in 24 hours. That's how bad this thing is going to grow, folks. I mean, think about it. 6 months of products for $500 basically. And you get a few people to see the same vision and want you to build it under you. Now, I want you to make a special note of what this is here, and a special note of this vice president's here. And I'm going to just make a note of that, because I'm going to come back to that. I talked about the car program. It's a BMW. We've already got a couple of those. So we want the Porsche. They've got a pension program. So at some point you can retire and have generational wealth taken care of. We're going to talk about the travel in a moment. We're going to talk about the education platform. But let's break away right now and talk about a few incentives. Let me provide a new share. Now, I want to talk about the incentive program here. I certainly hope everybody can see my screen. I'm going to zoom in on this because I want you to understand that what has been put in place here is designed to help you to grow fast. So let me just say this, and I want you to listen very carefully. When I say your first month, those of you that join in the month of May, your first month doesn't end until the end of June. Let me say that again. I want you to really absorb that. You have all of this month and all of next month to count as your first month. By doing that, those that get to sales manager at the end of June will get this much. Those by the end of June that hit MM or IMM right here, you will make a total of either 100 or 200 or 500. But if you hit vice president within 3 months after your first, and let me say it again for those that are not taking notes and not quite listening, your first month doesn't end until June 30th. After that, you've got 3 more months to hit this level, and this level. Folks, it's a total of $9,000 extra that you can earn. This is absolutely powerful. Something else I want to make sure that you understand that we have in place is we put together something I can't wait to promote. I think this is so much fun. Remember I showed you to make a note of that 25,000 in volume? When you hit that, you qualify for a trip to Morocco, Africa. Anybody here want to hit that 9,000 on top of the compensation plan and income, and you want to go to Morocco, Africa where they shot that Jay-Z video with Beyonce. I don't know if you saw that or not, but there is one. Anyway, Morocco, Africa is an exotic trip, folks, and you can qualify for that in 12 months. You have until November to qualify, or you can qualify in the next 90 days because we're going to be building that. There's people on this call right now. They're going to hit 25,000 in volume this month, not in November, this month. I hope you hear me talking to you. Now, if you want your wife or spouse to come, let me tell you something, folks. It's an extra $1,600. And that's an exotic trip, folks. I think it's absolutely staggering. We'll get you the details on this, but I just wanted to make sure that you get the information that we're sharing with you and that you hear it firsthand, because what we're telling you doesn't come around every day, in my humble opinion. Now, what I'd like to do right now is bring on some very powerful speakers that I think are going to really make an impact. Not only have they made an impact in my life, but will make an impact in your life. As a matter of fact, this gentleman is not only a friend of mine, he is a master, hear me out, folks, a master internet marketer. And because of that, has had some $1 million success in this industry of networking. I'd like to bring to the line Mr. David Lisiaga. David, if you would, take a moment and just share your heart with the guests that we have on the line right now. These are all cream of the crop leaders. David, I know you're in transit and can't get on the camera.
No, it's okay. I'll get on the camera just for you, man. I got to New York. I'm not sure if you can see it behind me, but I'm here, brother. I'm here.
Share your heart with the group, David.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this thing, and I'm going to say this very, very plainly, this thing is going to be an absolute rocket ship. When I got started, which was a while ago, like it took me a couple months, I needed to cherry pick the top leaders because I understood that we had something so incredibly special. James touched on so much of it. 30 years of growth, let me tell you, most companies, not network marketing companies, we're talking most companies in the entire world will not have 30 years of consistent growth. The fact that this company has increased their sales year after year after year is absolutely staggering. Not only that, about 4 years ago, 5 years ago now, they moved into one country, significantly smaller than the US, South Korea. Their goal for South Korea was to turn into $1 billion a year market. Ladies and gentlemen, they did that in 4 years. Okay, I can let you know that right now their goal for the US, their goal for Canada is for both of them to become $1 billion a year markets and to do it within the next 4. And the fact that it is a German company, I'm going to let you know, sometimes we're going to find out how German companies move a little bit differently, the laws that they need to follow and all that other good stuff. But one of the things that is a law in Germany is that when you submit your company paperwork, you must also submit your business plan. And I can tell you that their business plan and the numbers that they wanted to hit have all been hit, and they still have 20 years left in the business plan. They gave a 50-year projection of where they would be. And at the end of 50 years, their projection is to be doing over $40 billion a year in sales. And I've never heard a network marketing company talk like this. And because I saw that, that's what made it so easy for me to say, you know what, I'm going to start calling my chicken list. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the top networkers in the world go ahead and hear about this, because let's make no qualms about it, no mistakes about it. What is at stake right now is your ability to override 5, 10, 20, 30% of the American market, the largest network marketing market in the world. The product is solid. People order more than the minimum to get paid. They're on it for 3 months. They're on it for forever. They are turning billion dollar markets in 4 years and under. They have like a Champions League. That's literally over $1 million a year, ladies and gentlemen. And last year alone, over 30 people earned that rank. And what is crazy, what is absolutely mind-boggling, is that until 3 months ago, I hadn't heard about it. Just a couple months ago, Dr. Pruitt hadn't heard about it. And for a lot of you on this call, this is your first time hearing about it, which means you will not need to explain away what it is to 99.99% of the people that you talk to. Their first exposure is you. There is no negative connotation that they have. And then you hit them with the product, and the product actually works. And guess what? Minimally, you're going to have a customer for life.
David, do you mind taking a few moments and sharing your personal health testimony with the products you experienced yourself?
Absolutely. So, you know, when I got started, they told me to put together a marketing plan. I did. You know, it was absolutely unreasonable in every sense of the word. And then I got to talk with some people that had incredible heart. And because they have incredible heart, I told them, listen, send me the product. If I like it, we'll talk. If I don't like it, we have nothing to talk about. I was just that straightforward with them. Product came to me. I started taking it. Now, I work out a whole lot. I lift probably 5 days a week. I run 3 to 4 days a week. So that's kind of my experience. You know, I'm definitely 100% about health and wellness, but 2 weeks I'm being on this product. Okay, few things happened. Number one, I looked at my tracking gap. I lifted 7 days in a week. I had ran 5 out of those days. My runs were longer. My weight was going up, et cetera, et cetera. Then I went to go get an IV drip. I got my blood pressure taken, and it was the best that my blood pressure has been in my adult life. It's never bad. It's usually 135/80. But on this day in particular, 2 weeks after being on the product, my blood pressure was 116/65. The best reading I have had in my entire adult life. And that's what prompted me to say, I need to go in. I need to see what it is that you guys are talking about, how it is you guys are doing it. And then once we started having experience after experience after experience, people that were bedridden getting out of bed, people with HIV that, you know, I'm not saying it reversed HIV, but they weren't able to get out of bed and then were able to get out of bed. People that were slipping into comas that slipped out of them. Ladies and gentlemen, this product works. The NTC is absolutely ridiculous. And one thing I can guarantee on a personal level is every single person that you give these products to or have sampled these products are going to have a very, very personal experience with them, which should excite you. I've built large before. My last 2 builds, 2 builds ago, we went ahead and we put in just over 30,000 people in 90 days. The build after that, it was a transition. So I'm not going to sit there and act like, you know, 50,000 people in 30 days is reasonable, because it's not. But that was all digital products and not even something that you could track or that people have a personal experience with. Here, it's going to be something special. I promise you, when we get on the road and when people experience this product, we are going to close 90% of people. Because top networkers are the hardest people on the face of the planet to close. And I can let you know that every top networker that has seen this has literally looked at me with a side eye and said, David, I didn't want to do it, but I think I need to. And so if we are closing the most skeptical people in the industry, imagine what your network is going to say to you. So, you know, I'm excited, Dr. Pruitt, and thank you for running with me. And, you know, I'm about to go indoors. You know, I have some previous commitments over here, but I definitely wanted to take the time and share my heart and my experience with you and your team.
Thank you so very much, David. I know that you're busy, that your time is extremely valuable. You are literally going from here to there and taking care of a few things, and for popping on the camera, for making yourself available, certainly do appreciate it. Folks, let me just say this, that when I saw this, some people say, why you didn't call me earlier? Why didn't you reach out earlier? I wanted to make sure that what I'm calling you about, that I want to be sure that I was sure. But some time ago, when I first got started in this industry, I reached out to some people that I saw blow right by me and pass me up, and they had a heart enough, this next gentleman, to kind of share some tips and some insider secrets with me. And my wife and I applied those secrets, and we literally, because of what they shared with us, were able to catch up to where they were. We were on stage together getting our $50,000 bonus, on stage together getting the $100,000 bonus, the $250,000 bonus, all sorts of big $1 million rings, and all the things that we received together. And so when I thought, well, who should I tap up with that we can do the alley-oop with and tag team with, I reached out to Dr. Steve Branch, and Dr. Branch and I didn't have a networker conversation. We had a health journey conversation about men, what we as men are experiencing and what we want to be and strive to be health-wise. And when we got to talking about that, and I mentioned this to him, he got pretty excited. And I just want to bring in Dr. Steve Branch, proven two-time $1 million a year earner, not just for him and his family personally, but that speaks to the success of the people he's been able to help in this industry. Dr. Branch, just kind of share your heart from a professional opinion to the top leaders in the industry that we have on the call. Before we even really get started, just tell them what you're thinking, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. First, I want to say thank you to David, as well as you, Dr. Pruitt, for inviting me, actually this time last weekend, to join you all in Sarasota, Florida at the corporate office. And man, I was blown away. I mean, the company's not on trial. I mean, being able to meet face to face and understand the vision of where the company is headed. I had the pleasure of visiting a 20,000 square foot facility, warehouse, manufacturing, the whole 9 yards. And they're in the process already building a 200,000 square foot facility to get ready for the North American expansion. Now, right now, they're in 70 countries, they're in the US, but there's no real leadership. So most of you that know me, you understand I enjoy being at the forefront of something amazing that's about to happen. I enjoy being a part of the pioneers that plant the trees so others can come along and enjoy the shade. That's where the true opportunity lies. And as Dr. Pruitt shared earlier, some of us are going to hit 100,000 a month, $1 million 12-month revenue between now and the end of the year. And the product is simply amazing. We sampled the product. I just turned 66 in February, but I feel like a brand new man since I've been taking these products since Monday, man. So it's simply amazing. The company's rock solid, compensation amazing, the timing is excellent. We're about to go on a national tour. We have the support in place to assist you leaders in the growth of your teams. Your success is our success. So whatever we can do, we want to lock arms with you and make some incredible things happen. We also want to bless a lot of individuals across this country, especially in the minority communities, all communities, but especially in the minority communities where diabetes is running rapid and so many other diseases are prevalent. Any of us that's considered baby boomers, there's some type of health issues that we're dealing with. And these products attack, address, and start the rehealing process of restoring those cells and attacking some of those ailments. So it simply makes sense. I don't want to ramble on for too long, but I just want to say, get in place, get in position, get in contact with us. What we have is simply amazing. Great product at the right time. And it's not ground floor, it's sub-basement. So we're talking about wealth, health, and prosperity. Back to you, Dr. Pruitt.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Branch, for joining us. Thanks for sharing your heart, your insight, your professional view of what's taking place. Folks, we're calling this the Prosperity Project. Let me ask you something. Could you use some prosperity in your life today? I just want to talk real talk to you. Yeah, I know we've all got a bunch of different projects that we're doing. We all do. And let's just be real. But could you stand to look better, feel better, be healthier version of yourself? Or maybe you know somebody that might be in that situation. Matter of fact, we all do. Would you recognize a $1 billion opportunity if it taps you on the shoulder? Folks, let me tell you something. We're looking for top leaders. They want to be at the top of this with a top position. And we want to help you build and hit that position that qualifies you for that fast start money. And we want to have at least a minimum of 30 people from this group, 30, that go on that special trip to Morocco, Africa. Folks, that is an exotic trip of magnitude proportion. So I just want to say, I'm not going to keep you any longer. We're going to wrap this up. Send a text message to whoever invited you. Get positioned immediately today. Now, here's what we're going to do. Starting next week, we're going to start doing Sunday. I won't commit to Sunday. We're going to start doing Tuesday, Thursday, and a presentation on the weekend. The reason I want to leave it open like that is because for those of you that want to rally and run and hit that 10,000 in volume right now, qualify for the car, qualify for that bonus, we want to have some time available. We can do some private overviews for you and your group. In addition to the group overviews, folks, we're ready to run. And we just need some folks of a certain character, of a certain skill level, of a certain reputation and talent that we can run with. I'm going to wrap up by saying that the harvest is plenty. Abundance is your birthright. Greatness is your destiny. And we truly, truly want to see you benefit and prosper with this opportunity.